8. Ugh. Annoyed. Hot. I'm very irritated. Wait a second. Fuck, I don't. I feel. I've never wanted to strangle somebody in my life. Or this much, anyways. Okay. Give me a second. May not have, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be super stressed right now. Okay. I need to breathe. I need to breathe it out. Today was very rough. And I don't know if it was anybody's fault or not. Because I gaslight myself. I probably gaslit myself the way on the way back home. Cause trust me, give me any time to think, and I'll gaslight myself into thinking whatever happened today wasn't that bad. I think I already did it. Give me a second. Let me put the chat on the thing. It makes it a little bit difficult. I wish the stuff would just stay on, like when I do it, but it doesn't. It is what it is, I guess. There you goes. Okay. Come off my headphones. I'm not using it. We take off this mask. I don't need it. I am very. How do I explain how I feel? I'm angry. Let me tell you why I'm very angry. Basically, work sucks. And it's getting kind of intolerable. You know what? Okay. Yes, I hate people. Oh, I forgot to put the thing in the thing. Give me a second. I knew I was forgetting something. I have a multitude of problems that if I told someone about in general, like, you guys know how people are when it comes to any type of disorder, mentally and or physically. They then act like you're a burden, you know what I mean, on everybody when it's really just you. It takes you a little bit more time. And they act like it's the end of the fucking world. They have to wait 2 seconds for you or anything like that. Right? So, my job specifically, I'm gonna take off my pants because honestly, I'm not here for pants right now. I really am not. I'm really not in the mood to wear these damn pants. Shit off. I. The way I do my job is very routine. Okay? I was taught to do my job a certain way, and I do it that way. I've been on several different teams, and the thing that, like, I can't do, if that makes sense, like, I guess the best way to explain it, the thing I can't really do is that every team I'm on, how can I explain it? I'm trying to find the best way to explain this. Every team I'm on works a different way. Some people don't use certain things. Like, wholeheartedly, there was a whole team I was on where they did not have disinfected at all. I'm not sure if that was a choice that they made or we were out. I don't know. They had no disinfectant. And I was just looking at them like, am I supposed to use this glass cleaner? Like, what? Like, I was so confused. And so I just kept ending up using glass cleaner for everything. Like, I think they had disinfected. No, did they? I don't even think they had disinfected for their thing. And it was just, that was kind of what it was. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense of why we don't have disinfectant. So I don't even know what that was. There are some people who use items I've never used before, and they're like, yeah, use that thing to get it off. And I'm just like, I have never used that, nor has anyone. Like, literally, the first day I got this job, the items I was uh, using are not anywhere similar to the items that I was using before. Like, there's a standard set of items, like toilet brush cleaner, things like that. The rest of it was, like, totally different. And every team I go on, they all do stuff a certain way. Like, they do it in their own pattern. And I don't know if they just don't get that they do this, or they don't care because a lot of them are in the same team, most of them all the time. Or I don't know what it is. I just don't understand that. So I'm having to remember, like, the team, how they do stuff, how it's structured, what not to do, what to do. And again, with, like, they kept saying we were trained. Training where? Because I'm still learning stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like, from what I understood, well, from what I thought, anyways, it's like we all are understood, or we all grasp what is supposed to be done before we get into the house. Like, it's told on the little paper thing. Some people either tell you, some people don't. Some people tell you only the bare minimum. Like, if we're not supposed to be doing the beds or whatever the case may be, usually they would tell you that. Nothing happened today. So that was irritating. Or, like, doing the laundry room is something that was never told, or even what exactly I'm supposed to be doing in the laundry room. I have no idea. I just try to clean it to the best of my abilities. I just don't even know what that means, what they mean by, like what am I supposed to do there? You know what I mean? Even when it came to making the beds, I kind of understood it, but also, like, apparently, like, again, it's different for everybody, which makes it weird and uncomfortable and, like, frustrating. I see you writing balls. I can't. And, like, I don't know how to explain how frustrated I am because I'm in the car with these two people that are very passive aggressive, that act like they're doing the best job and they're the most reliable people. One house I did yesterday with a different team was dirtier than any house I've ever done with those two people, and they act like they clean so well. They miss shit all the time, and it's very frustrating because people come to check on us when it comes to cleaning shit. Someone came to check on us, did not look at shit of what they did. Just talked to them the entire time. And it was because, yeah, it was a pretty easy house and nobody's probably going to complain. But when I was saying, if I didn't do what I was supposed to do, they would have picked me apart. Because she sure had was going around the kitchen, where I was in, did not go in the bathroom, didn't check anything. All I did was go out in the little hallway area. I wiped him like, you didn't dust in here. I looked up in the thing. I'm like, you didn't dust in the thing. I can see. I know how good the little mop thing we have for the dust gets. You didn't even dust that vent. And it's like a small house, and it was an easy thing. It was the end of the day. But they'll be damned if I don't hear a correction from them. And it's, like, extra frustrating because I'm just like, bro, I don't like that unfairness. I don't like that. Well, I'm just gonna do it because, especially because also other people aren't gonna get that same treatment. Like, if somebody misses something or something, it will usually be talked to. These specific people, nothing. Silence coming from anybody when it comes to correcting them about anything. And they just talk themselves, they big themselves up so much. Like, they are, like, everybody else in this, like, everybody else that works is shit. That the only people that they find acceptable are, like, as much a sliced bread as they are. And I'm just like, bro, you. Alright. I can't take requests. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm drawing. I'm like picking through Pinterest right now. If there's something there's something I can draw right now to get this damn anger out, please tell me. Please tell me. Please inform me. Cause I'm so frustrated right now. I'm just ranting about absolutely nothing. Also, hello, welcome, welcome to the shit show. I can't understand. Yeah, can you not? Am I speaking too low? I totally understand if I am. My mic is in a weird place right now. Can you not hear me? My talk is it was. Am I good? Again, sorry. I just went on like a whole little tirade. Also, my internet is kind of shit, so there also might be that. Actually, here. Well, I did move my. Okay, let me turn this off actually first. Okay, that's kind of better. It's not entirely better, but that's kind of better. Kinda. No, but if you wanna ask me to draw something, you can. I'm just right now. I'm just looking through Pinterest trying to find something because I don't know what I want to draw right now. I just got off work and I'm angry. I'm just talking about absolutely nothing. Let me see. And like I'm like I was this close to just like literally leaving them on one of the houses and then just Ubering back from wherever we were. Like honestly, because like it's so much. It's so much. It's just this. It's constant, and like and then there's that thing of like I know there's going to be some form of regression or like attitude and like they're gonna act a certain type of way if I just tell like the people higher up like, hey, I don't want to work with these people. If you don't put me on a team with these people at all, then it's gonna be an issue, and then I'm gonna have to like you know what I mean. I'm gonna have to like I'm gonna be the bad guy for just being like I don't feel comfortable in a car with these people at all. You know what I mean? Or I don't feel good. They're kind of shitty, and I just don't like it. I just don't want that. So like, okay, I'm considering quitting at this point. God, I just want to make some thighs. Can I please make a thick titty bitch? There we go. There, I got some inspiration. But yeah, I just feel super shitty about work in general, and like I know it's the second day in the row where I'm just like, work sucks. But it does. It's so difficult to want to go at all. And I feel like that shouldn't be a thing. Like I should want to go to work. Like you know, I always be like, is it me? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the drama. Let me see. Oh, my thing didn't work. Sorry, I thought I typed in chat, but apparently it didn't work. Did not work? Ugh. Kind of worked. But yeah, that's. I can't draw that. It's in perspective. Perspective is hard. Oh dear, shit. But yeah, I have been just feeling like actual doo doo. I will say something else. Something else has been on my mind for a while. Uh, that I want to talk about. I'm not sure if I've talked about it on stream or any type of thing. I want to make a video about it, but like today, I'm not trying to like have a whole rant. I still might do it, but I don't want to. Um, God, I something that people do that bothers the devil out of me. I hate that's been happening a lot lately. Why do people project? I feel like this is what these two bitches are doing. But in general, I feel like I've had a lot more people project whatever problems they've had onto me. Like, example, one of my, let's say, I use that example. One of the people I'm talking to today was just like telling me not to get too attached. I'm not saying that he's too attached. That's not my point, right? Uh, my point is like for him to say that, I'm like, why would you say that? I don't understand. But it reminded me. My point of saying all this is that him saying that reminded me of something also somebody else said. That's why even when I was reminded of it was that somebody else I was kind of dating at the time. He was talking about all these things that he felt like I was doing because he was coming to the conclusions that didn't exist in his head. And I'm realizing like a lot of the stuff that he was telling me, he kind of was doing. For example, he was just like, I just feel like you like me more than I like you. And I'm like, what would make you think that? And it was like, well, all this. I'm like, you were genuinely nice to me, even though you were lying to me. You were genuinely nice to me, and you made me feel like a normal person is supposed to feel, like a non-toxic type thing. So I liked hanging out with you and being around you. Like, that's not weird. That's not me being too attached. That's just me being like, oh, here's this person who's actually really nice. And that's how I was dating, kind of. Let me, spend time with them more. Like, that's not weird. But, like, he also told me, he was the one that told me, like, oh, I don't really like you like that. I feel like you like me more than I like you. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But if that's the case, why did you end up being in a relationship with me? Well, that's because I wanted it. Okay, well, if you didn't want it with me, then why would you not? Like, doesn't make any sense. If you genuinely didn't like me, why would you do any of that? That's weird. Just be like, I don't like you. You want to go out? Like, huh? Like, I'm sure I brought it up. I also told him like we could be friends, we could be nothing. I don't care. Like, it's not like no pressure here. And he was like, no, I wanted this, and I'm like, okay, well, that sounds like because I liked you because you're a decent person and was like cool with whatever, and it just happened to be a relationship because you set that boundary of it being a relationship. So why is it? You know what I mean? Like, it's weird, and I feel like a lot lately people have been doing that where they've been like, you should do this more, you should do that more, being irritated by certain things that I do, and I'm like, it sounds like you're projecting, of like you're irritated that like it's like I feel like you don't know that this is something that you do constantly, and so you're just picking out me when I do it because like I'll do something once, and people act like I've done it 4 or 5 times. I'm like, you've done that. Like it sounds like I don't know. It just sounds like maybe people have told you that it's annoying, and so you want like that's what it feels like. Like that's what it feels like. It just feels like a bunch of projecting onto me. And I would use a specific example, but like the specific example I'm thinking of in my head that wasn't the other one is like I have to go into real depth of the relationship I have with this person. And as much as that would be funny, it's also too telling. Is the best way I can explain that. No, but other than that, today has just not been my day. I've been trying to find a therapist and like been calling back places and trying to figure out insurance and stuff like that. And so I've been like also talking to this person and or not talking to this person like a person, but talking to like different therapists about their options and how much it would be and all that type of shit. And I've been having these conversations with them, and I'm realizing that, like, I don't know if it's because they're here or what the case may be, but, like, something about therapists here are so untrustworthy. Don't get me wrong, there were good ones, but there are some that, like, when I was talking to them, I'm like, I feel like you're prejudging what you think my problems are before I even talk to you. And I feel like I should be drawing right now, and I'm just not. I'm just so bored and trying to find anything to draw. And so I'm just like scribbling and then erasing. Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe I need to switch what I'm doing, which is something I don't want to do, but also like I probably should. Here, let me find something else actually to do, because I feel like I was going to draw, but like I just have nothing to draw. That's why he wants to give me an idea. I have literally nothing to draw. So I'm just like, okay, well, that's not a good. I could play. What can I play? What's a good game to play? Here, let me move this out the way. What's a good game to play? Let me think. Actually, I haven't played a game in a while. We can bootleg watch anime. There's that. Actually, how long have I been? I've been going for like 20 minutes, which isn't bad, but like something else I could be doing right now. Here, I'm gonna go on my Steam because I don't think it's set up either. By the way, that's the most annoying thing that's happened so far. Is that thing where Steam wants you to log in. For some reason, it won't stay logged in for me, but wants me to log in every single time. I barely want Steam to be booted up on my computer when I open it, and it keeps doing it. So why Steam thinks I then want a message every 5 seconds telling me like, or not a message every 5 seconds, I'm sorry, a update every 5 seconds, and if I don't get the update, then just be having to re-sign into Steam every fucking time. I just don't understand why they thought that would make me want to not, like, I almost not undownloaded it, but like undid it, but then I realized a lot of my games are on Steam, and I probably shouldn't do that. That's probably a super bad idea, and I'm probably gonna regret that soon. Oh, what's it? Hokin, Hokai. I already skipped, or I already went past it, but the other not Genshin, in fact, but the other game that the people that made Genshin Impact have, that's on here. It's like a free to play, but I didn't know if that was available or not. I'm pretty sure I don't know if I tried to play it or what. I'm pretty sure that wasn't available last time, or like I couldn't play, or I couldn't figure out how to. Well, maybe that was a thing. Maybe I just didn't know what I was doing. Give me a second. What do you mean, fam? I can play Katamari. Actually, I haven't played that in a while. That's a kind of an easy game to play. I just need something to do for like an hour because I need to get this. I need to decompress somehow for an hour, and this is the only game that's really gonna be able to have me doing that. But yeah, no, I mean, work still sucks. There's really nothing too new going on with my life, honestly. I think I'm trying to put it back together. That's why I get a guy saying like, don't get too attached. I'm like, nigga, I have so much to worry about. That is not fucking you. So trust me when I say I'm not worried about you right now. I'm really thinking about myself. Like aggressively, I'm trying to work on myself because like everything sucks. Oh my god. That scared the absolute shit out of me. God. I forgot how fucking loud Katamari is. Like, it just blew my damn eardrums out. Am I playing? Fuck. Fuck. No, 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 no. Um, playing cat. I forget how to spell it, which is crazy. I should never forget that. Cat. To the Katamari. Hopefully I spelled that right. No, but I've genuinely been trying to work on myself and be better about stop and be better about like what I'm doing and my life and shit like that. And it's been fairly difficult, I'll give you that. So I'm gonna get out of this for a second. I might come back when I have some form of idea of drawing. But right now I don't think I have anything in my head to be able to do this. Here. Let me switch windows. There we go. But yeah, it just, I don't know. I just needed to come home and like take a breath. And I know for a fact that every day I've gone into work, I felt like I've been like shaky while I was in the car. Just like having full blown anxiety attacks, like silently, if that makes sense. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, but if you know me and how I operate, I just shut down when that kind of stuff happens. Like I just like it's all kind of internal, if that makes sense. It's like an internal panic, and I'll be shaky or whatever. But my whole mission before I get out of the car is to snap myself out of whatever fuck shit I'm doing right now. Here, I'm gonna turn Katamari up just a little bit so you guys can kind of hear it, but try not to make it too loud. Yeah, I don't think it's too loud. Blech. Blech. Oh, why it's not doing it? Okay, I forgot. God, Katamari is like the loudest game anyone can. Is that a fucking spider? It's a fucking spider. Fuck you, bro. Get out of here with that shit. But yeah, every day is just a constant panic attack, and like on one hand, I'm like, it's not anybody's fault that I'm going into a panic mode, but also like nobody, it's not helping. And I always say this because I feel like people think that this is the case, but it's not. You do not have to, like, you don't have to know that I have my problems to just be courteous of someone who might. You know what I mean? Like, it's just common decency. I'm not asking to be for special treatment. I'm asking for like people to have some form of common decency in any way, shape, or form. Like, I just don't know. And I don't know. Something about jobs in general have people acting as if they just have no home training whatsoever. Uh, but yeah, I just, I don't know. I've been wanting to cry all day. I've just been feeling so shit. And then, like, as well, I just have an attention problem in general. So, like, not necessarily paying attention to things, but keeping my attention, if that makes, does that make sense? That kind of actually, I have an attention thing. So in general, like, yeah, I want to even just be mad or confront somebody about a situation, but also like I let stuff go a lot, and I know I shouldn't. Even again, like I was really mad today, But I'm home and I'm mad still, but like it's a lot less. Like I could probably talk myself into being like, today was just an off day. It just sucked. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna confront people in the moment, or I don't tend to confront people in the moment. On top of them not listening, so it's not like, I'll confront them and like they're gonna listen or they're gonna care. And I just know that they're not going to. On top of that, it's more of just like, you know, I explain it. When you talk to somebody, usually, especially when it comes to, ooh, move my chair over, especially when it comes to something that they're doing at their job or whatnot, or not even that, when it comes to something that's coming from a stranger, someone you don't know that well, it tends to be taken in the worst way, which is why I'm kind of like irritated when it comes to certain things that they do, because, like, again, I don't think most people realize it. That's probably why it's more irritating to me than anything. Cause like, yeah, I can just take, like, if somebody tells me like I'm doing a shitty job, or I'm not doing great, or like I'm doing something that's making them struggle. I'm like, okay, well, cool, you told me. Now I know. Now I can change that or be different or try to improve on that. That's fine. You know what I mean? I can do that. But what I can't do, and I feel like what I get the most is when like people do that and they're not consistent with it. So it's not actually me. Because again, a lot of the stuff I do, they do, and that's where I get it from. I usually try to incorporate how other people do their work in mine, because no, again, not everybody for some reason does the exact same thing. Not everybody uses the same tools. Everybody doesn't take the same amount of time because they do everything differently. Like it's a consistent thing of like I have to change up how I clean around other people so they're not actively annoyed with everything I do. And I'm like, okay, cool. But that's not consistent, because if I don't do something that they never fucking do, or they didn't do for like 6 houses, but they're like, well, yeah, but I knew ahead of time that specifically we have to do with this specific house. So, and it's like, I've never been here before. So, how was I supposed to know that? You know what I mean? And if I have been to a house and I know something's supposed to be done, again, it's just like, it's inconsistent. Oof. Sorry. But yeah, it's very inconsistent, and that makes it very frustrating. Because I'm just like, okay, well, how am I supposed to be the best me I can be, or try to help you out without having to literally guess? Oh my god, fuck, that was fucking stupid as fuck. I should totally be able to eat that, but whatever. But yeah, how am I supposed? Am I just supposed to like guess what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, or what I'm not supposed to be doing, or why I'm not supposed to be doing this, or whatever? Like, why am I guessing? Like, I hate that type of those type of jobs of like they want you to guess everything. There's one thing of being adaptable to your environment when it comes to a job. There's another thing where you want me to guesstimate every fucking thing I do, and then get mad at me because I didn't guess right. Like, that's what's happening, and that's what's pissing me off. And it's making it so like I don't want to be there. I really don't. Like I'm already like I'm about to quit, and they keep talking, and that's the thing that pisses me off too. They keep talking about, oh, this person was really good. I'm so sad that they left. And I'm like, I'm beginning to understand why. Like nobody wants to deal with that. Like nobody wants to deal with any of this, and like I can usually be like, oh, I'm a trooper and I'll stay at a job for however long, and I'll just put up with whatever it is. But like at one point, like there's a line. There's a line there that like, what I mean? Like I can't be cool with everything. Everything isn't like okay, and everything's not gonna be like a, oh well, I'll just do it. Like no, I'm not gonna just do it because like it's just it's so inconsistent. How am I like? What am I supposed to do? Like you know what I mean? So at one point, like when I'm done, I don't try to help anybody because I'm like I don't want to hear from people. I'm not gonna sit here and guesstimate what you want, so I can like you know what I mean? Like and it's and there are even some things where it's like okay, that's consistent between everybody, but also like if you don't do it a certain way, like the way that they want to do, and they act like I don't see that they're annoyed or frustrated or they get irritated or whatever the case may be, or that they're not consistent. And if I point it out, then they're just gonna be annoyed of like, well, I just do it because, and it's really the answer is like I just do it because that's how I do it. And this one person that I've been working with for a consistent amount of time get it, or even this person that has like a normal brain understands this shit. When it's like that doesn't make any sense. I don't care if you understand it or not. It doesn't mean that the shit makes any sense. That's a normal thing to do. Like that's, you know what I mean. And that's why I'm like, what's the point of even training? Because everybody does stuff so inconsistent that it's like at that point you should just told me to learn as I go. Like you just straight up been like, there's no real training, just kind of see what everybody else is doing and figure that shit out because that's pretty much what I'm having to do anyways. And I feel like again to one point of like, yeah, I guess technically that's part of most jobs figuring stuff out, but like it it has to be to an excessive, like if this is like normal, this is to an excessive point and you should be calling somebody about this. But the fact that even I don't even know who I would talk to about this, and who would even be safe at this point. I don't know who would be safe to talk about this because, again, I'm not the person to have hostility in a work environment. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'll cuss you out before that. So that's why I try to avoid conflict in that way. But there's no avoiding it here because they'll just do that. And you can tell by how they, like, you know what I mean. And again, that's what, again, so I sit there and correct somebody or something, I could tell that the whole mood has changed. You know what I mean? Like for me, my mood's pretty much the same. I'm pretty much just laid back. Even though I'm annoyed by something or something that's really irritating or frustrating, I'm just like, ugh, that sucks. I'm tired, but I'm still gonna respond to you. I'm still gonna talk to you. I'm still gonna ask you questions. I'm still gonna pretend as if nothing's really wrong. I'm just frustrated in the moment, and I know it's not you, but these people don't operate that way, and it's very frustrating. And again, it also could just be me. Like I came from a place at one point that didn't act like this. Like this, the way people act normally here is just not a normal thing. Like that would, you'd be an asshole if you would act, if you're acting the way that people act here. So maybe I'm just not used to that as well. Of like specifically here where I live, people just don't make any sense. Like the stuff that they do, the things that are normalized here is just like, that's crazy. That's so toxic. And you were just like, but that's normal. What do you mean? Like everybody does that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, ah, that's but why? It's like, well, people just do that. It's just what's normal here. And it's like, well, is there any rhyme or reason to it? I mean, like, no, but you gotta do it, and that's kind of how I feel. I feel like that's how I've been feeling. Of like that's kind of what it is. And usually, I would take my frustrations out on like anime or something. That's why a lot of my videos, I think, starting out were me yelling and shit, because it was just me taking out my frustration. So I didn't do it on other people because I don't like doing that, because that's not something that I tend to want to do. Other people can't say the same, but I don't like doing that. But it's getting to a point of like, there's not really a lot of outlets I have, and drawing tends to be one of them. But even drawing's not cutting it because I can't get inspired, honestly, because it's like, you know, they suck the life and the joy out of doing anything, honestly. Because it's like, oh, well, I have to go back and do that shit again. And so it's just this like, drawing just feels like I'm doing it soullessly, and it's like I don't want to go back to commissions where I'm doing that, because I used to feel that way towards the commissions I used to do, of like, yeah, this is something that somebody asked me to do, and this is like a really cool drawing or whatever, but like I'm just not feeling it. Like it just does not feel good doing it, to a point where I'm just like, I just genuinely do not want to do this. Like I can't even fake and pretend like I want to. Like I'm drawing this and I feel my heart dying. And so I'm just like, well, I'd rather just get a normal job and do that shit then. And now that I'm like back in like, well, yeah, I kind of want to go back to doing commissions. It's kind of like, okay, why do I just leave this job? And don't get me wrong, we have a turnover, from what I understand, their turnover rate isn't the best when it comes to people. Like, they can't keep people as long as they really should be able to keep people. And I kind of understand because of the job itself, but yeah, it's not. I keep thinking it's over here. I don't know why. But like, I can get why people don't want to stay at jobs like this. It's maddening, honestly. Like, how can you go home and be normal? And that's why I kind of understand that these people, why these people act the way they do. Because there's no way you can go home and be like just a regular happy person. You have to take that random aggression and anger out on something, and these people just tend to just be assholes and do it. You know what I mean, to everybody. Usually behind their backs, but still. And again, I can't. Again, I would say I can't. I don't want to confront anybody about anything solely because it's going to be a problem for me only. I know how this is going. I know how this has gone. I've been to jobs before. It's done the exact same thing. And usually I try to give it a chance. But in this situation, like, it just doesn't feel worth it. All the strife I'll get from it, it doesn't feel worth it. You know what I mean? I want to at least keep this job for a little bit longer before I quit. Well, I don't know that. I might keep it for a little bit longer before I quit, but I'm on that verge. Cause I just feel sad now. And there are some people that are really nice and really dope, and it's really nice to like work with them, but I don't get those people anymore. Or I don't, you know what I mean? Like, maybe they are nice, and I just haven't. I don't know. I don't get them. I don't know. Because it also might be that of like, maybe there's something I'm not getting. Maybe there's something I'm not getting and I'm the problem. That could totally be it as well. And then at that point, it's like, yeah, I should probably quit. Because like, if I'm the problem, it's just me, which I know it's not because I've gone through it too many times in my head. And I could literally be doing nothing, or I could be doing everything right, and it doesn't really matter. I just don't understand. And like, it does feel like sometimes people try to push me past my breaking point. And listen, I don't think they realize that like I'm not the person to do that, because I will in a hot second talk about everything I've heard them talk about in that fucking car, and they will not be happy with the, because at one point you can't just be like, well, we just edit, like the stuff they be saying in that car with me there acting like I can't hear. I don't know if they think that like I'm a child and I can't hear it past the music. I can hear what you're saying. They don't want me to tell people what they be saying in that car, because it's not great. And I'll snitch. There's a lot of things I won't snitch about. I'll snitch on that because somebody's going down with me. But like, yeah, today it was just like I'm one bad house away from exploding on these two, and I'll explode on you in your car while we have to go to a night with 4 more houses. Like, I don't care. And if I feel uncomfortable, I'm just gonna leave. I will get out of your car or not get back into your car. I will have my Uber outside, and I will just leave and then never come back on this job. And if they ask me, I'll tell them the truth. Like, I don't know. It's just this weird embedded misery in people that I don't quite understand. Like, even though I don't like really going to work in general, and I do have problems with my anxiety or whatnot, I try to never let it affect how I am daily. Obviously, I get frustrated, but you know what I mean? Of like, I don't talk about people. I don't do all that type of shit. I try not to, unless these people are really not great people. They're really not. They're really bad people, honestly. They've said and done, like, the fat shaming and the R word were kind of all I needed to be like, yeah, you guys aren't the greatest human beings. But like, the shit that they've been doing and saying, it's like they're full of themselves, and so like it's just like a thing of like, I'm over it. And I just need something to do to like have a stress relief, because literally the other day I felt the exact same way I do now. I got so stressed out where I just took a hit of weed and went to sleep for like way too long. I woke up groggy today because I'm just like, bro, I slept for way too long because I couldn't, like, my mental battery was just at a ridiculous amount. or I'm sorry, my mental battery was drained a ridiculous amount, and I couldn't. And today was kind of the exact same, but thankfully we had pretty easy houses, so I'm pretty good. Like I'm super tired, but still like I can exist because I got shit to do. That's another thing. It's not like I'm just doing this. I got shit I gotta do. There's personal shit I gotta figure out. I gotta call like 4 places when I'm done with it. Not call them, but like look up the information for about 4 places when I get off of here. I'm kind of like trying to go back into doing at least the commissions I said I was going to do, which they're mainly like more of like a person asked me, "Hey, can you do this thing?" I told them like, "Yeah, okay, well you don't really have to pay me. I'll get to it eventually." So I gotta do those commissions, which you know I feel obligated to, obviously, because I said I would do it. And it's just like it's a lot. It's stressful. It's tiring. It's frustrating, and I'm frustrated, and I want to cry right now, but fuck if I'm gonna let these two bitches make me cry in any way, shape, or form. I'm over it. I'm over. Before, it was like, okay, this is a tough house. We can agree that it was a tough house because there were genuine reasons, not just because this lady wasn't super duper uber super nice to us. Like, that's the type of shit that they complain about. I don't like this house because this lady isn't nice enough to us, and it's like we're here to do a job. Like they shouldn't have to have they really don't have to unless it's like unreasonable. Put out snacks for us, any of that type of shit. They don't have to do that. They don't have to talk to us. They don't have to be nice and sweet. We are there to clean their homes and leave. Like they always talk about how bad certain houses are, and I'm just like, bro, these people don't haven't done or said anything. What are you talking about? Like I can't stress enough how these people are just like, can you come clean my house? Okay, cool. Please clean my house. Like that's the attitude that they have. Like they just don't have time. Like they really don't have to be that nice to us. Again, we're just people who are cleaning their homes. We are not their children. We are not their firstborns. And oh, don't get me wrong, they're too nice and they talk too much. These bitches don't talk every fucking day. Then all of a sudden it's a problem, and it's like, bro, can we stop? Like I do that with well, not tutorials, but like specific shows and whatnot. But like this is real life. Can you not judge somebody for not being in a particular mood that day? Like they're at home chilling. Sometimes people just aren't in the mood. Again, as long as they're not cursing at us or like super mean to us, I just don't understand what you're fucking complaining about. Every day is the exact same stuff. Like, bro, like stop. That's why I feel better with like jobs where I can just do what I'm supposed to do, and the people need to worry about what they're supposed to do. Because like even trying to help other people do certain things, it's like, you know what I mean. And if I'm bothering you or I'm doing something wrong or something like that, you can correct me. It's fine. Like if you see me doing something and you just like, you know what I mean, like I think of something specific that they did that was irritating as fuck to me. But again, I'm just belly aching about work. So, eh. And again, I might quit. I don't know. I don't know. It'll depend. Already said like it depends on the weekend at this point. I need to get my check this I need to get my check this week. So if I come back on Tuesday, it depends. I have Monday off because I have to go see a psychiatrist. But if I come back, it just depends because I'm not feeling it. I'm just, I'm just not. I'm just not feeling it at all. I really don't want. I really don't want to go back tomorrow. But then I'm like, I need that money. I don't need the money, but like I would like my check, so I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow. And so tomorrow I'm just kind of gonna be probably in the same mood I've been now. Like I don't want to be here, but like it's very much a me thing than a you thing when it's not. But like I'm gonna pretend like it is. you go up the mountain, please? Thank you. But yeah, my day was that. I don't know if anybody's watching. Usually, if I'm not drawing, people tend to not watch. I totally understand. By the way, don't ever think that like it's a thing of, oh well, why are you like? I get it. Like I totally understand. Like my content started out as drawing and whatnot. Like what am I doing? And I kind of want to go back to that honestly, because there's certain things that I want to try out when it comes to drawing, but I don't want to do it alone. And I feel like when I record, I feel a little less alone. So I feel like I'm gonna do that. It's more of just gonna be me like trying out new methods and things like that, and basically being like, I can't draw, but let's try this shit. Because I saw a new technique on TikTok for shading and whatnot, like more of like a cell shading. And I was like, oh, I want to try that, but I don't also want to be alone doing it. So we'll see. I have to figure out how I'm gonna format this and how it's gonna look. I think I might incorporate my camera. I probably won't. I try to because I'm like I have the camera. I might as well fucking use it, but here I don't really know. If I can just fucking don't you go off this damn cliff. Okay. I'm probably not gonna make it. I always fuck this one up specifically. Cause I always end up just micromanaging all this shit. And I don't get to any of the big shit when I probably should. But yeah, that's pretty much my day. I've just been having it rough. I feel like in general, I feel like everybody's kind of been feeling that way of like either you're trying to find a job and it's really a desperate search, or you found a job and it's like sucking ass right now. Either way, I feel like you some people can definitely relate to what I mean of like, what the fuck is that? Okay. I don't even know what that is, and I'm just going to ignore it. But yeah, I've been. That's how I've been, anyways. But also, there also is a thing of like I'm feeling depressed. So that also is why I'm on like the fence about if this is a me thing or a them thing type thing. I feel like it's more of a them thing, but I feel like it's more of a me thing as well because like I've been super depressed. So like it also could just be me being like in a depressive episode and like feeling more shitty than I usually am. And that totally could be it. Doesn't mean that what they're doing is okay, but like it just could also be that I'm feeling really shitty. Damn it. I'm feeling really shitty. Oh, am I drowning? There we go. But also could be that, and that's the reason why I can't tolerate it, because it's different between like it happening and me tolerating it. Because you guys know I tolerate for some reason. I think I've told you guys I've tolerated a lot of people, a lot of my stories, or a lot of the feelings or stories I have are from me tolerating a lot of bullshit. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. It's fine. But like I tolerate a lot, so usually I'm pretty okay with jobs like this because I'm just that I'm gonna smile anyways because like I don't really care how you feel because that's a you problem. But lately, when it's somebody else's problem and they're just it's very much of their pretending as if it's not that irks me. It also pretends it's also getting on my nerves because like a lot of the people that they be acting like are doing such like a shitty job. It's like they're pretty good workers and they're doing the best that they can with the situation at hand because again we're really not equipped to be doing these houses and be honest with you not in any way shape, or form, in my opinion. But we're doing the best of what we have, and that's all we really can do. So for them to be shitting on people like that, it's immensely frustrating. Uh, but yeah, I've been talking for like almost an hour, so I'm gonna go. I feel like this was not a productive use of my time, and I'm probably going to end up like I did record that one video. It's a pretty quick one, so it's not like anything super intense. It's just something I wanted to talk about. But I feel like I want to do another video, like not a video essay, because I don't want to format it like that, because those are pretentious, and video essays are just saying something very obvious in the prettiest way, and I hate it. But I want to do something similar. So I feel like I want to do. I haven't done a long form video in so long. I feel like I want to. I don't know on what. Actually, I do know on what. And I forgot that I was going to do this. I was going to do this for Pride Month to piss people off for no reason. I'm joking, but I knew it was going to piss some people off. But I did want to do that video on Bubblegum Princess. Was that her name? Princess Bubblegum. Well, then my dyslexia. But I did want to do one on Princess Bubblegum and Marceline, and why I hate their ship dynamic in general, and why I hate lesbian couples in most animes or cartoons or shows in general, and why I feel like they're fucking the whole thing up. And yeah, I feel like I want to do that, and I feel like that's the video I want to put out, this week or next week. And I feel like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start like bullshit editing videos where I'm talking about this type of stuff, and I'm just going to just schedule it to be whatever day seems feasible. And if you guys want to talk to me or comment, or go on my Discord and yell at me about some things that you feel like are things that you want me to talk about, that's fine. I know that the drama nowadays has been like, it's just been really dumb. And so like I've been trying to follow it and shit, and then I just like just be like, well, why is this happening? Like, this kind of seems stupid. Or it's pedophile stuff. And, there's really, like, nothing for me to add. It's just, like, talk about it. And it's like, well, why? Why should I talk about it? Like, it's not like it will matter if I do specifically. Tiny old me. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Anyways, I'm gonna go edit that one video and then make the other video. And then I'm gonna, and then yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you for listening to me talk about absolutely nothing. I'm sorry these are getting shittier. I blame my depression. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Goodbye.